Okay, well, hey, we're a little bit late here at 7:01. Let's call this March 25th Board of Supervisor meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please join us in a moment of silence. Okay, thanks everyone for coming out. Did want to let you know that we did have an executive session with 3 board members and our solicitor here just before this meeting to discuss personnel matters. And that's
Just to be more specific, it had to do with item G in new business. Just,
okay. Hiring secretary treasurer.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that, Mike. Okay. That takes us to citizen participation. This is for items on the agenda. Do we have, Nancy, was that Nancy, were you raising your hand?
Oh, no,
Oh.
I was just moving over because the sun's coming.
Oh, okay.
Trying to get out of the.
Yes, right on you.
Anyone else? Hearing none at this time, we'll move on to approval of the minutes. This is the February 25th Board of Supervisor meeting. I did not have any comments or corrections, revisions. Anybody else?
They look fine to me.
I'll make a motion to approve those minutes then. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Brad, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Minutes from February 25th are approved. Zoning code enforcement report. We have 4 items. Roof mounted solar and additional antenna and related equipment to existing tower. No invoice, correct?
No invoice.
Okay.
I got them, but it was after I had the checks all done in the register, so it
Okay.
will be on next time.
Okay, thanks, Daisy. And then sewage enforcement report. One project, right? Total of $150. Motion to approve payment of that bill.
I'll make that motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Brad, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Invoice to FSA is approved. Road report, Brad.
Clean up trees from high winds on several occasions. Clean drains and cross pipes on various roadways throughout the township. They took number 3 to Turner's for hydraulic repair. The auger didn't work.
Is it fixed now?
What's that?
Yeah, they get it fixed, okay.
Yep. It turned out less expensive than we
Oh,
thought.
okay.
That's good.
Yep. Cleaned and organized the tractor shed, patched potholes throughout the township. Serviced truck 3 and 4, and fabricated tailgate on trucks 3 and 4 for better access to locking pins. And cleaned cinders and anti-skid from bridge decks.
Okay, thanks, Brad.
Yep.
Okay, that takes us to the rec board report. Nancy, do you have?
Okay, well, we have 2 events coming up in April and May. One is our history night with Brian Hummel, and that is at 7 p.m. in the Township building, and we will have light refreshments afterwards. He has not given us any specific information what he's talking about, but I'm sure it's going to be very interesting. And then on May 17th, we are holding our annual fishing derby, and fishing begins at 9 a.m. And we ask anyone coming out, with children to fish, that they show up around 8:30 so they can register prior to start of fishing. And after they fish, from 9 to 10:30, we will provide some snacks and refreshments for them. If it would rain, our rain date is May 18th, and then the time changes from 1 to 2:30 p.m. That's it.
All right, thank you very much, Nancy. Takes us to emergency management report. I don't see Jim or Kurt here, so we do not have a report from them. Did they provide any update outside of?
No.
Okay. Financial treasurer's report, Daisy, please.
The general checking account began with a balance February 1st of $286,878.03. There was a check voided, which was lost in transit, of $392. That gave us a balance of $287,270.03 because it was added back in. Receipts of $91,378.28. Expenditures of $69,014.21, including the $392 code, so it just zeroes itself out. Leaving us a balance, there was interest also of $283.77, a balance March 1st of $309,917.87. And this is the time of the year when we will see the balance of the revenues at their highest. The penny and general checking account had only interest activity and had a balance March 1st of $2,310.74. American Rescue Plan funds, money market account, had an interest activity of $604.55 and a balance March 1st of $229,696.05. So we are gaining about $700 a month in interest on that. I guess I should say Penny and Bank gave us a good rate on the money market at 3.5%. General savings account at the Bank of Landisburg had only interest activity and had a balance March 1st of $2,528.19. Liquid Fuels checking had only interest activity and had a balance March 1st of $95.51. Liquid Fuel Savings Account had only interest activity and had a balance March 1st of $2,688.56. And I did get the allocation combined with another small CD, and that is in a 3-month CD. And when I approached them, it was 4.05%, and I said, this is a jumbo CD, could you do a little better? And they gave me 4.3%, so that gave it will net us about a little over $1,200 for 3 months, when you'll need it for your road projects. But you might not need it right away, but it'll get that back into the checking, and that's 1.3%, so you'll still get a little bit more interest there. The only other thing I'll mention is that this is the end of the first quarter, so you will see that the tax distribution, the first tax distribution, has been divvied up to the ambulance, the fire companies, the library. So that the checks are on the register for approval tonight. That's it.
Okay, thank you for that, Daisy. It takes us to resolution 25-14, Park Capital Improvement, MS4 office equipment, CDs at Penny and the Bank of Landisburg for 13 months at 4.04%.
13 months. Yeah, but
Okay.
they're all coming due around the same time. There was a special 4.75%, so here they are again. And I'm putting them taking them from Penny into Bank of Landisburg at 4.04% for 13 months, because I don't know what, they don't have that much in them. I can't barter too much with them, so.
You're not gonna get a better
No, I'm
rate.
not gonna get a jumbo CD on any of those, but 4.04% for 13 months. It's locked in there, it's not too bad. And that's what that's about. They're just mature CDs and they'll be going from one bank to another.
What was the amount on that?
I don't have the, I
Okay.
didn't write those down. They're not, there's nothing even close to jumbo CD.
Okay.
I think office equipment might have $3,000 in it, something like that. They're smaller CDs.
Okay. Make a resolution to approve, make a motion to approve resolution 25-14. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Brad, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 25-14 is approved. 25-15, CD solid waste penny in the Bank of Landisburg, also 13 months at the same 4.04%.
This was another special CD, and this comes due like 2 days after these come due, so I'm just gonna wait and go up at the same time. But I'm gonna take this one, it was a 25-month CD at 4.3%, back to the Bank of Landisburg at 4.04, because I can't get that. Marysville, Mid-Penn is 3.9, and it's only 12 months, and Penny does, I think theirs is around 3.7 or 3.75, so
Not 4.
it's not the 4%, so I'm just trying to get them in as long as I can, but not too long,
Right.
in hopes that maybe well, the feds say they're not changing it for a little.
Right.
So it'll probably stay like this we'll have a little more time with it.
At least another quarter, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But it's just a general solid waste CD, and I did it separate because it's a proprietary fund, it's a different fund. So it's $26,711.53, which is approximate. And what I think it was when it originated was just we were getting more money in the checking that involves solid waste, so we
Yeah,
put it
just
in the
put it-
CD,
put it
so it
over.
just keeps staying in there. It's just general monies in the solid waste fund. You
Okay.
could always transfer it if you wanted to pull it back in for something.
If you needed it for something.
Right.
Okay. Motion to approve resolution 25-15.
I'll make that motion.
Go ahead.
Nope, Sean makes the motion.
I'll second it.
Brad second, all in favor? Aye. Resolution 25-15 is approved. That takes us to old business, approval of the 2024 Planning Commission Annual Report. Sean, you are on that. Commission, any comments, thoughts?
I did not get the signatures on it yet, but it is approved. I did email Janet.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go to see Kim, because I don't think she's
Right.
been out here. So.
Right.
I also have another set of names for her to sign.
Okay.
But she hasn't been here, so. I added that section they asked me to add.
Further, okay. Yeah.
She missed the Bartlett.
The Bartlett stuff, yeah, I see you got
And then I
that.
double checked all the years because there were a couple.
Couple of the were, yeah.
Yeah, that needed to be done,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I think looks
I
good to
think
me.
I did send it to Dan, but he
Okay.
didn't get back.
He didn't get back to you yet, but, well,
No. I asked him to stop by and I haven't seen it.
So now a question just out of curiosity. Sean is on Planning Commission. He doesn't need to abstain. No, okay, I thought that was the
No.
case. I thought that had come up before and I just want to be sure. Motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the 2024 Planning Commission annual report.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Daisy.
And I will make sure that is signed and then put in the files.
New business, discuss representative of the Perry County EMS Advisory Board. What's the backstory of doing
There's
that?
the letter.
Yeah.
They're, in a nutshell, they're looking at possibly discussing putting together a regional EMS council.
Mhm.
And they'd like you to come, they'd like you to have representative to that advisory board. It doesn't mean you're going to agree to it, but they would like you to have somebody appointed to be a representative to that board to attend these informal discussions to see how much interest there really is. We seem to be doing fine with East Pennsboro and Shermansdale.
But
But
that is the exception to the rule in the
yeah,
county.
it is, it truly is.
People don't realize how lucky we have it here.
They were
At the
saying,
moment.
at the
At the
moment.
moment, yeah.
That is, and that's my 2 cents worth is, yes, everything is hunky-dory now. The way it's going, it is not gonna continue that way. It is just not gonna happen. And I applaud the county for trying to get ahead of this. Because there's a lot of bigger municipalities and townships that are gonna have this problem too.
It's all just when you decide you want to.
Right,
go
when are you
When
gonna
they
have
get
to?
all of the regulations, I mean, you're gonna have fees to pay, everybody's gonna pay so much, you know.
Well, the
Eventually-
bottom line is, unless something like this actually happens, and people are they're not gonna like it either way, you're gonna end, in this county, you're gonna end up with a countywide EMS tax, and you're gonna end up with a countywide fire tax too. People are not gonna like it, but that is the direction that it's headed. Because the volunteers just can't
Yeah.
a fire truck is $1 million, and an ambulance, as I understand, is about $250,000 or $300,000. These volunteer organizations they just can't do it. They don't have number one, they don't have the community spirit that they did at one time.
The volunteers.
The volunteer
do,
side,
yeah.
the individual,
Some of
but
them do.
some,
Yeah.
yeah, but there's not the groundswell of support for that used to be.
Not people beating down the doors to join them.
I mean, it's a broken record for everything. I mean,
The best thing to do would be to go and hear what they're.
well, I've already been to, I already was to the meeting if they had at Susquehanna, so,
Okay, okay.
yeah. I mean,
I know that Shermansdale is not participating.
well,
Already said they're-
they're cutting off their nose to spite their face, in my opinion, but that's,
You wanna go again? I mean, I'd like to go, but if you would also like to go.
well, I'm, actually, when is it?
Brett, April 20.
That's the week after Easter.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it wouldn't be a bad idea if all of us could go. I mean,
What is it, April 22nd?
22nd.
I think I put down no at night.
I think you did, but I don't,
I'll have to
I
look.
thought
Yeah.
that was something else.
I
Did you
think
say
I had
no?
something going on there.
I think that was something else you said no to.
Mm.
Yeah.
Can't remember what that was.
Yeah, what was?
No, there was something else I was saying, do you wanna go, yes or no? But I said no. I can't remember.
was it the Shermansdale Fire?
Oh, yeah,
thing?
Shermansdale.
Their annual,
bank.
their annual
Yeah,
banquet.
that's what it was.
So this is a weekday.
Yeah, it's a Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's in the evening?
Yeah, Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock at the courthouse.
Right in Bloomfield.
Actually, yeah. Let me see if I read that right. Yeah, it's actually at the courthouse.
When's our supervisor meeting? In April?
22nd?
Yeah,
No.
That's what, yeah, that's.
Oh, well, then I
There's
guess,
something going on.
then I guess that's a no-go.
But,
Well, that's a
Well,
bugger.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes they have a couple.
They may.
Okay.
They had a couple last time.
Well, because they had,
Because that's not the first.
because they had
time
one,
it says-
well, they had one at the western end of the county, and then they had the one at
Yeah, they
Susquehanna.
said whichever one you can
If it
get.
gets shifted to another night, or if another night becomes available, I'd like to go.
Yeah,
And Sean, you.
yeah.
Brad, you.
I'll probably go along. We'll see if something.
See if it's, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a date that's
Yeah.
fine with me.
Yeah, but I thought there
Yeah.
was something else also on that.
But they were discussing, maybe you heard, Sean, that they, like some of the little, like Ickexburg has their own ambulance, but they were traveling all over
Mhm.
because of, who's out there? I don't remember.
Well, there's one of them that went out,
And then they had,
And then
in their
there's-
own locale they had, and they were out helping someone else,
Mhm.
Right.
and it was too far away, and they couldn't, and there was no one to pull in.
Right.
So that's the problem they're finding, there's.
Coverage.
the ones
Coverage-
that are
coverage-
here,
coverage is the
yeah, the ones that
problem.
are here are getting stretched thin.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
But right now, we are okay, thank God. we
Right.
are, but-
Well, yeah.
And I did talk to Philip Beck a little bit about it, and I
Uh-huh.
thought it'd be very good to look into it.
Yeah.
Philip Beck is with East Pennsboro. He's in charge of that down there. East Pennsboro.
Well, East Pennsboro is actually gonna be part of it, the way I understand it.
He said not because they're Cumberland County.
No, well,
So they have their own.
that's a different story that I heard. but
Well,
that's-
who knows?
It's okay.
Who knows how it'll shake out?
Yeah, well, that's the other thing
Because
too.
Marysville has East Pennsboro also.
Yeah, well, yeah, they have to since I mean, that's case in point, Marysville going out. I mean, That's, yeah.
And we just happen to be close.
We just happened, well, we're right. Luckily, East Penn's close enough to be able to cover, yeah. So,
I just don't want anyone to think we're in trouble.
no.
Although the memberships just came out, so don't forget to send your
I already
memberships
sent-
to
already
those
sent
in
ours
the
back,
eastern
yeah.
end there. That does help them out.
It does, yeah.
Okay. That takes us to item B, authorize advertisement of road bids for acceptance at our May 22nd meeting. Comments on that?
What's that, Jim?
Any comments
No.
on
No, it's, we need to get going on
that?
that.
Okay. Make a motion to approve advertisement of the road bids. Do we have a second? Brad, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Advertisement is approved. Approve request for proposal for wetland delineation, the Heisley New Valley Road.
Here, if you want to- Max provided them, it's really not a request, it's actually the proposal. I don't know why I put RFP because I'm so used to it.
Is this what's already?
Did you get one of the, yeah, those two stay together.
Oh,
Yeah, there's two papers.
Oh, there's two,
So
okay.
You gave him, one is Heisley and one is New Valley.
Oh, okay.
So there's two proposals.
okay.
So,
Oh, yeah, okay. This is
And
Heisley,
Max
this is
said
Heisley,
it's,
this is New Valley.
He looked at these and he said he really thinks that it's a good price because you could do two at the same time, and it's also a man who lives in our township, which is Mr. Goodyear. He does a lot of wetland delineation, so. I think JT knows him. JT used to
He
work
does
for
good work.
him. Long time ago.
Yeah, Steve does good work and I used to work for him.
Oh, is he on the corner?
Yeah.
Corner of Pine Hill Road.
Yeah. Any comments before someone makes a motion?
Who's gonna mow the trails?
He's going to what?
It says the client will mow trails or whatever is required to create clear and non-foreign access to the site.
Client? Are we the client?
I think so, aren't we?
I don't know.
Or client's representative?
Yeah, we're the client.
Is that a lot of mowing?
Oh, I wouldn't think so.
I
I
wouldn't think at this time
I
of
wouldn't think
year.
so at this time of year, we'd be okay. If he's gonna do it this time of year, we should be okay.
Are these two separate?
Yeah, they're two
RFPs?
separate,
They're
two
two
separate
separate.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, one's,
RFP.
yeah.
You look at the
RFPs.
top,
Yeah,
one says
RT 201
Heisley,
and RT 101.
One
Yeah.
says New Valley.
Okay, I'm just saying, the agenda says approve RFP.
Yeah.
I just want to be
Yeah.
sure we didn't
Yeah,
have
there's
some
two.
kind of.
And then I said
disconnect on
Heisley and
my-
New Valley, there's two separate.
Does that?
Okay.
He didn't
Uh,
combine them, so. That way if you didn't want one, you didn't.
Could do the other one.
Right.
Okay, I make a motion to approve proposal RT 1-01. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Sean, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Proposal RT 1-01 is approved, and then also RT 2-01. Make that motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Brad, second. All in favor?
Aye.
RT 2-01 is approved. Accept planning commission
And don't forget
resignation.
to sign, we don't have to do
Oh.
that right now, but
I better do it.
don't forget. Then I'll be happy with it.
Just make sure I got it. Planning commission resignation.
Oh, yeah. Camille.
That's Cam.
Oh, that's
Cameron.
right, that's, yes, yes. Let me finish this. Okay, back to item D. From Camille Otto. Dear Supervisors, it is with a heavy heart that I am notifying you of my resignation from the Rye Township Planning Commission effective March 5th, 2025. Due to a job opportunity, my husband and I will be moving out of state and I can no longer carry out my duties on the commission. I've enjoyed my time working with the members of the Planning Commission. It has been a wonderful place to live for over 20 years. Thank you for the opportunity to help serve the residents of Rye Township during our time here. Sincerely, Camille A. Otto. She did a wonderful job. She really, man, she put some hours.
She put some hours in, yes, she did. Yep.
Going above and beyond. So, yeah, Township thanks her sincerely for that. With regret,
With serious regret.
with serious regret, we accept her resignation. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That sounds terrible to say all in favor.
No,
All- Resignation is accepted.
You're happy.
And we have an
Yeah.
appointment. Is that Greg?
That's Greg Weldon.
All right.
He said yes. I don't know what Dan did to him, but he
Well-
said yes.
We'll have to remember to have Dan talk to folks.
Yeah.
Do we have anything from
No,
Greg?
just his
Okay.
name.
So Greg Weldon, resident in Leewood Village, is volunteering to be appointed to the Planning Commission
To fill the
to
term,
fill the term of Camille Otto. How much time is left?
the end of this year.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
I told him, I said, if you don't like it, you know, you can hop off the bandwagon, but I said, I'm sure they're gonna want you to stay on.
Yeah, Greg will be a great addition, so.
I went to school with him.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
he's a good guy. You're on planning commission, do you wanna make?
I'll make a motion for Greg to join the planning
Okay.
commission.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah. Thank you, Greg Weldon, for stepping up.
Yeah. Actually, Dan recommended him.
Good. And if Dan speaks highly of him, that's great. Next item, F, accept the planning commission secretary resignation. That was Kim Charles, right? Please accept this letter of resignation from the position of secretary for the Rye Township Planning Commission. Sincerely, Kimberly Charles, dated March 23rd this year. Make a motion to accept Kim's resignation. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Kim Charles' resignation is accepted from Planning Commission Secretary. Okay, that takes us to hiring of the Secretary Treasurer position. As everyone knows, Daisy, after 32 years, has officially retired but stayed on, or?
I'm not
Yeah, you kind of
officially
extended. You put your notice at the end of the year and has graciously offered to stay on until we get somebody to replace her and to train them. So we did talk with folks, candidates, and that was one of the reasons why we met in executive session before coming here. I'll make that motion to approve and I'm not gonna say her name right now because again, I wanna contact her and give her the opportunity to confirm that she's still, before we get her name out there public, because she's already working. But for the salary of $72,500, I make that motion to hire her to, as secretary treasurer. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Okay, Brad
I'm not.
is against, Sean is for.
I knew the family
Yep.
well, it's nothing against the person, okay?
Yeah, and I don't think anybody's taken,
No,
it shouldn't be taken personal.
That's just don't agree with the salary. that's all.
Okay, that's understood.
It's a
So,
sign of the times.
motion to hire, I didn't want to cut you off.
No, sign of the times, I'm sorry.
Yes. Yeah, because we did make a motion to hire someone 2 months ago, and that person was already doing similar work and received a counteroffer from her employer, so she did not
Did not
take the position. So with that said, I made the motion, Sean seconded. Brad voted negative, which we understand, so motion to approve is, or to hire is approved.
Is that compensation package, how does that compare with what we're paying now? And had you had references that you checked with this person and the experience that with government type work?
We did interview her here. I didn't check her references, but we do know some folks.
Well, she is originally from the township, but this is where she grew up,
But her background, while it was not as good of a match as the previous candidate, it was,
it's
I felt good.
quasi.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a perfect match, but same level of responsibility, but in different areas. And I thought she conducted herself well during the interview. She answered questions thoroughly. Again, and of the folks that we spoke to, I felt that she was very qualified for the position. She will need some training, which Daisy has offered to help her
Mostly on the
with.
treasurer side, I think, but.
Yeah.
But you're going to pay her more than you're paying me.
Daisy, that's a
That
separate.
is, that to me, that makes, I don't mean if it's me, or if it be Brad, or whomever, that is not right. You cannot bring somebody in and expect them to be paid more when they're being trained. I don't understand that.
Okay, well.
I'm
that's-
leaving no
yeah,
matter
yeah.
what, so, I mean, I just don't think that's fair. Or that's
Okay.
right. I mean, she's not qualified she can't do
Be-
walking,
well,
she's not
now-
walking ready. And I am a
Okay.
taxpayer too.
Well,
Okay, and
May I say
as am I.
something? Well,
Because of
I
all
worked for
of
the
us here.
state and so did your wife.
Mhm.
And in all the positions, we had an entry level salary. And then you could earn up to so much. I think that the township should have done something like that, say, well, this is the entry level and your potential is this. Not bring her in, more than you're paying the current secretary. That makes absolutely no sense.
Trying to be mindful of not giving out too much info, because again, I don't want to disclose her identity until, it's a done deal. She had asked for more money. 72.5 is where we came down to. So that wasn't like we pitched out 72.5 or
But
something.
why are
like
you
that.
letting her name her own terms?
It's the salary, just like when I took a new job, it was the salary that I, as the employee, was willing to accept. I mean, I could have stayed where I was, or I could accept a new salary. I mean, that's how it works. I think we all understand that's how it
But-
works.
Yeah.
Well, I
Okay.
think it'd be prudent to check the references for starters.
Well, again, we did meet with her, and I don't want to get into too much personal detail. I mean, I think it's a done deal. Again, Gordon,
Well, it's
but-
not totally done.
no, but I mean, Gordon, we do try to be mindful of the person is already working somewhere. So I'm really hesitant to
Well, but that's.
reach out to folks unless there's an issue, because that word will get around. I've experienced it myself, and it happens. So we're trying to be respectful of this person's well-being also.
What's the difference between that person being hired and the current person in terms of retirement too? Because that is a big payment that goes out. Pension versus no pension. I don't know
Part of the
what this
compensation-
person's getting, so, yeah.
Part of the compensation thing.
I don't know what this person's getting. I know our pension plan says nothing. No pension, but I don't know if that's something you guys are working in or not, but. Because that is a big difference in pay.
I'll take Fred's question because Fred's also on the list. And
So
I assume
you're
this is what you want to talk
proposing,
about.
you're proposing 72.5.
Mhm.
So what's our current secretary make?
At 70?
Just,
You're at 70. Correct.
Slightly over 70.
Slightly over 70.
70.
Mhm.
and the new hire has to be trained. The new hire has to learn the governmental part of this job. The new hire needs to accept the township's terms. You're letting her dictate.
No,
Yes,
actually,
you
no.
are, Jim.
No, Fred,
Jim,
actually,
you're being soft. Did you fall down and hit your head?
now, Fred, okay, we really didn't need to go into this level of detail, and it's probably, the solicitor would probably advise against it, but again, we wanted to be open and share with you as much as we can, but again, she asked for more money.
Well, that's her problem,
Oh,
Jim.
Well, but Fred, also, when we go for other jobs, we ask for more money. I know I have, I know everybody else.
She's only making 62,000 now.
Now, so we ask for more money, and if the employer is willing to pay it, they pay it. If not,
Well, I say
You
this
walk away.
township's not willing to pay it.
well, but it's up to the board to look at the budget, and I don't think anybody's gonna say that I've been jumping through hoops to try to spend money in the township.
Well, this
So-
would be a perfect time to make an effort to reduce your expense. You can offer her 60, 62, 65.
And she won't take it.
Well, then find somebody else, Jim. There's a lot of people out there.
Okay,
How-
we don't wanna continue this. This isn't gonna be productive.
How
So-
is her salary compared to other secretaries?
So I don't have experience in that, but our solicitor does work with other townships, and so we've talked about this. 72,000 is not crazy money for the
In
position.
Perry County it is.
It is, yeah.
I have a salary schedule. I gave it to Brad. I don't know what he did with it, but there's a
I
salary
think it's a-
survey that PSATS does every year, and I always participate. That way you can get all the results when you log in. And we're in the 85 percentile. I'm the highest paid secretary in Perry County.
Right, I
Only
know.
because of my 32 years, and I'm sorry.
I,
but
yeah,
it's
I think
penalizing
it's a
the
slap in
people
the
here right
face
now.
for somebody else to be coming in and making more money than her. She's been here 32 years. I don't agree with it either.
And I respect that, Jackie, I understand.
Can I ask a question? I know the person you're hiring had asked for 5 weeks vacation to start. Is she getting that also?
No.
She getting the
Three.
1 week
Three.
like everyone else?
Three.
Three.
Three
And she's
in the
been
first
a
year?
position, that was part of the negotiation to.
She is at 25.
What's that? What?
So she would get 72.5 plus meeting money.
Yeah, because that's how it's compensated right now also.
Well, where's your brain, Jim?
Fred, please, keep it professional, would you? I really expect, we don't have to have this conversation. We've already made the motion. She's already been approved by the majority of the board.
In other words, you just shoved it down Rye Township's throat.
No, there's nothing. We have a responsibility to hire a replacement that is qualified and to pay her a salary that is proper for the level of responsibility, which Daisy has a lot of responsibility.
But
That
in the
position has a
beginning,
lot of
she's not
responsibility.
qualified.
Well, if you pay somebody less, they're not gonna be qualified either. So I don't see where you're.
Well, no matter who you hire, they're gonna have to learn.
Right.
Right. Well, and likewise, going into other positions, I've gone into changed employers, and you have to learn, but it's not like they started me at some significantly lower salary because I was being trained, and I think that's the case for,
Will this
A lot of these
individual have a 90-day performance review?
she will, yeah.
Yeah.
And what happens if she doesn't pass the 90-day performance review? If she can't keep up with what Daisy does on a day in, day out basis? Which is a lot.
Then legally, I don't know, because we haven't, and I don't know if I would even want to go there, but there is a 90-day probation period. And I don't know what the process is for, because we haven't had to
So the new hire would be responsible as the treasurer
Mhm.
and also the secretary.
That is correct.
So the day she walks in here, I hand that over?
Can I ask a question?
I don't
Now,
know.
you said she has a 90-day probationary period.
Mhm.
Who's going to?
That would be
Do
me.
that review.
You
Well,
will-
no, the board,
You will
actually.
review her work and everybody will check on what she's doing and how she's doing?
Will she have metrics?
What he said?
Will
Will
she have metrics?
That are set defined metrics through the first 90-day period to make sure that she at least knows what her metrics to achieve are and that she's achieving them within that time frame. That's what I did with my stuff.
You also do yearly reviews too.
I do that too.
There will be discussions involving the existing secretary treasurer to understand, okay, how is this going? Is she picking up? Are there areas where she needs improvement? Do we need to get her outside training? Things like that, which I'm not thinking that she's going to.
Can there be a cap on the amount of money spent on outside training as part of her contract?
Well, I think we're
This is
getting
all
off the rail.
speculative. I
Yeah.
think, it's time to move on. It's just,
Yeah,
we just need to be put together.
okay. Okay, with that, so I will contact this person to let them know that the board voted in a majority to extend the offer. So that takes us to announcements. April 10th is, as Nancy said, an evening of history with Brian Hummel, 7 PM at the Township Building, sponsored by the Rec Board with light refreshments. May 2nd and May 3rd is the bulk spring cleanup. That's Friday from 6 AM to 1:45 PM, and then also Saturday, 8 AM to 12 noon. Then May 17th is the fishing derby from 9 AM to 10:30 AM at the Sportsman's Association at Marysville. Rain date is May 18th, from 1 to 2:30 PM. And then May 22nd is the Supervisors Meeting here at 7 PM. That takes us to approval and payment of the bills. Daisy, please.
General funds checks 18252 to 18277 in the amount of $21,105.58. Payroll checks 8480 to 8486 in the amount of $5,724.39. Payroll checks 8487 to 8492 in the amount of $5,130.67. There were no checks voided.
Okay, I make a motion to approve payment of the bills. Do we have a second? Brad, second. All in favor? Aye. Bills are approved to be paid. This takes us to the second part of citizen participation. Items not on the agenda. Do we have any?
I just have a question.
Yeah.
Is the new secretary gonna get full benefits also on top of the salary?
Insurance.
I don't want to speak, again, while we sit up here, we have to watch some things what we say. And
I know,
and
cause that
my-
just really adds to her salary.
Compensation.
Yeah, if she's getting full benefits, that's a huge.
Yeah, can I follow up, because I do want to speak with our solicitor first, because the candidate and I did speak about that, but I don't know if I can
Make it public.
make it public just yet. So it's not, it's to the benefit of the township.
Okay.
How, yeah, so I apologize, I just don't want to say something that's maybe premature. Any others? Okay, hearing no other, make a motion to adjourn at 7:46, Daisy. All in favor?
You didn't get a
I didn't hear a
second. You didn't get a
Oh.
second. I'll second.
Sean said, okay, I'll make the motion to adjourn, Sean
I'll
second.
second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.